right, welcome to the Agentic CMO. We're super excited today to have an amazing guest with us, Michael DeHaven from Removery. Michael, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself as well as what Removery does?
All right, so I am Michael DeHaven, as you noted. I'm the Chief Systems and Digital Officer at Removery, so not exactly a CMO, but in this digital revolution and AI revolution that we're currently in the midst of, roles are being redefined. And so my role oversees all technology as well as digital investments across the company, which of course includes y'all.
Awesome. And you know what? It was really awesome getting to know you over the last few weeks, Michael. You're not the CMO, but you do a lot more than what most CMOs do in the sense of owning tech as well as the marketing side, but also your history of where you came from. So it'd be really cool to talk about Bizarre Voice and some of the other things that make you a good fit over here. Yeah,
so it's interesting. My career really started when I took a role at a site that we don't talk about all that often anymore called careerbuilder.com. At CareerBuilder, I led user experience and kind of helped foster the growth of that environment, and then moved into a role of head of B2B marketing. From there, I proceeded to move into SaaS, worked for Bizarre Voice for a number of years. And at Bizarre Voice, I was primarily focused on making all of the content of the platform search-friendly, as well as increasing the user-friendliness and the effectiveness of that, of the ratings and reviews and the questions and answers that the company and the platform managed. Through that, you, of course, learn so much because, we're all students of what's changing in the industry at every cycle. And in the midst of all of that, really gained my appreciation for the role of user-generated content in all of marketing, and had the opportunity, and I refer to it kind of as a blessing, of being right there at the inflection point when all of us in the marketing world realized that we couldn't curate everything. And we had to take our hands off the wheel for a period of time and learn a new way where we said the voice of the customer is as important and potentially more important than the voice of the brand. And awesome. how you navigate the balance between those two is the art form of being an amazing marketer.
No, that's really cool. And that brings us to our next question. You talked about the voice of the customer. So obviously Removery helps customers remove their tattoos.
It does.
But how have your customers changed? Are they embracing AI as well today, or is it just you guys? And we'll get to how you guys are using AI at Removery. But tell me how your customers are using AI today.
Yeah. Well, whether we like it or not, our customers are using AI all over the place. There's solid evidence that people are going to ChatGPT, going to Claude, Perplexity with the questions of, can I get a tattoo removed? How can I do this? What's the experience like? And where just a few years ago, we were either asking those questions to Google or asking those questions of our friends and our family, which interestingly in the tattoo world, it's such an intimate experience, and there's sometimes people feel embarrassed that they want to have a tattoo removed. So this opportunity for people now to go to the AI chatbots or the chat systems and to have these kind of more intimate conversations of like, hey, I made a mistake, or I thought that this was the right art for my body for a season, but now I'm in a new season. What do I do with that? How do I change this? Is it even possible? Does it hurt? Like all of that, we need to be right there at the forefront in the most popular AI engines, so that those questions are answered accurately, and that our brand is represented as part of that answer because we want them to come to our studios.
No, that's awesome. And then obviously your customers are starting to adopt it, but now you have to think not just how to use AI for your customers, but internally. So I'd love to understand, what have you guys done? And especially with your title, you own all of AI from what you told me. So what are you doing to help your customers as well as your internal team?
Yeah. So interestingly, as I entered the role, within the first few weeks of being in this role, I did shadowing of our customer experiences, customer service, some outbound sales calls, inbound sales calls. And I witnessed this team of people who were working so hard to reach out, to field responses, to do what's right, to book appointments and bring people in and answer all the questions. And there's so much demand for our product that the humans can't keep up with it with quality at a rate that we can afford to pay them.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So one of the first decisions I made was to create a roadmap towards using AI to support this team of people inside of in our call center. So we're adjusting where we're going to be using AI chatbots adjacent to the humans, and we expect over the next 4 to 6 months to see this evolution where the human involvement is significantly more oversight, is more kind of identifying new patterns and new opportunities, and using that to educate the AI chatbots.
Yeah.
With the goal, ultimately, in conjunction with the people who we plan mostly at keeping on staff, at least those who want to stay with this redefined role, kind of creating not just sufficient experiences, but significantly better experiences than they were able to deliver when it was only humans involved.
No, that makes sense. And then obviously, I'm new to Birdeye. I've been here 5 weeks. You're new to Removery, so it's been a good kind of partnership for us.
It has been fun.
Yeah, getting to know each other.
Right.
But we also gave you our product roadmap, and you saw marketing automation, search AI, all the reporting agents that we're going to be releasing.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Right. So there's no question that the search AI product is going to be exceptionally valuable across the space. Like, I've been in SEO for a good 9 to 10 years of my career. The landscape of SEO is now SEO plus AEO, or whatever we call it nowadays, as we're defining that space. And you all are working hard to be right at the forefront of saying that. And as we've talked and we spent time together, it's clear that the passion of the company's heart is to really connect the dots, to say that what people are putting into search or into the agents, not search, but the questions that people are asking and expecting answers on are connected to the reviews that they're writing, and they're connected to the customer service phone calls, and to the lead generation, SMS chats, and the on-site chatbots. But I think I'm seeing from your roadmap that Birdeye is just very interested in being part of that entire ecosystem.
Yeah.
And understanding, like, these are all of the ways that people are communicating with the brand and with the company. And the voice that comes back should be consistent, and it should be excellent. And if it's not, we're going to fail. And what's especially interesting to me, that a company like Removery, Removery has a service a lot like cosmetics that is exceptionally intimate. Like, it's a medical service technically in the way the government defines it, but it's touching your skin, it's touching your body, it's affecting something that you've lived with every day, just like the tattoo on my arm. It's there, and it's part of me, right? And the goal of a company like ours is to change part of you, right? If the customer experience isn't completely excellent from the first touch, we're sacrificing the potential for a good long-term relationship, especially in these more intimate products.
And word of mouth is huge.
And it really translates. It's all of the things we just talked about, and like you just said, how word of mouth translates and it moves forward. So the excellence that we all are striving to discover and striving to build with the AI automation is ultimately what excites me about this journey together.
No, that's awesome. And then you had mentioned earlier, your customers are now starting to, figure out, they don't want to ask questions to their friends. Sometimes it's intimate. So they'll ask ChatGPT and ask Gemini or whatever. So are you guys thinking about it the same way? And how do I show up on the top?
Oh, absolutely.
Of those searches.
I mean, we have to, and we're a little bit fortunate because we're the leader in the industry with 167 studios currently and spreading across 3 countries. So that's kind of a head start on that.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of competition growing, and it will be a very competitive space. And as we move forward, we need to make sure that not just the leading engine, but the dynamically changing market of engines, that we're on top of where we're ranking and how we're ranking. And, with all of that, we can't do that alone.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess one last question.
Yeah.
Obviously, most of our exec sponsors for our customers are CMOs, but we're seeing that role kind of morph where it's CMOs and CIOs who take over CMOs. And in your case, it's chief design and
CSDO. What is that? Yeah.
So, it's all morphing into one kind of role where technology and marketing are kind of morphing together.
Right.
So from your perspective, what advice would you have to CMOs and these kind of execs who are kind of move into the next era of doing agentic marketing?
Yeah. So I think the first thing is start out by embracing that there's no question, we are in a revolution. And there's a book, AI First, that I've recently finished. And this, in the book AI First, it really helped me make that transition for myself of recognizing that if I want to maintain relevancy in my own career, as well as support the other leaders around me and even the people that report to me, that I have to lead them through this revolution. And we've experienced it. For those of us who are as old as me, I experienced it with digital photography. I experienced it moving from print to internet, from normal internet to cloud. And there are others that I'm missing over the
landline to cell phone and fiber optics.
Yes, like all of them. And this is just another one of those. I think it's easiest for a lot of people to understand that this is a lot like digital photography, like old school darkrooms photography to digital photography.
Yeah.
That one was huge.
Yeah.
But with that, if we truly embrace that this is a revolution, we have an obligation to throw away or at least challenge our historical assumptions. And if we challenge our historical assumptions with intellectual honesty, it's going to take us down a path, which I've done for myself, and it's going to take others down a path of saying the Agile and the Scrum and the Kanban processes of the last 20 years need to look different. The team structures of the last 20 years need to look different. The operational cadence that we've had needs to look different. And in all of these roles, if we put one or many AI agents as co-workers with our team members, the level of excellence that each team member will be able to achieve will be exponentially larger than those who don't embrace it.
Yeah. Any example you want to throw out?
I mean, I did a passion project in the first 3 months of this year, and I'll just put a plug in for myself. It lives at rolen.AI. But the passion project that I built, I set out while I was in job transition to design an AI first job agent to help myself. And while I was building this, I set out on the first day to build an AI tool set to make my job search process more efficient. And I quickly found that I built something exceptional.
That's awesome.
Now, with it, what happened though is I designed a piece of software with myself and Claude Code sitting there for 4 to 8 hours a day, just hammering on writing product requirements for Claude Code to write for me. And in doing that, at the end of it, I looked at this piece of software that I created in about 8 weeks and felt like I probably built something that would have taken 10 to 12 developers a year to 18 months to build.
That's amazing. And that's where the world is headed.
It is.
So this is amazing. Thanks for taking the time. I'll say one last question.
Yeah.
We had a great time today.
We did.
We played croquet with a bunch of customers and bunch of execs.
We did.
You and me played on one team.
We were.
And we beat Steve and our CEO, Naveen.
We absolutely
How
did.
did you feel about beating our CEO?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I mean, I bet it feels better for you.
I know.
I think you
I might lose my job. I don't know.
You scored, I think, 5 out of the 7 points.
Hey, but it was teamwork.
It was teamwork.
We had looked at cloud and figured out what to do with strategies.
Right. We absolutely did.
Hey, this is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.